it's Rob Holman with Northwest Fishing. It's early April. I'm on the Cowlitz River with Dylan Houfek of D&H Sportfishing. It's winter steelhead time. Keep watching. It's going to be a great show.
Lord, it feels good to get away. I'm going fishing, yeah.
First thing this morning, I'll be starting on the boat launch side. We'll be bobber dogging today. It's really important that when we're casting, we're keeping our bobbers upstream. And everybody bobber dogs a little different. What I want to do, I want to wait until that fish is 100% fish on my rod. We're going to be snagging bottom a lot today. The best thing to do when that bobber goes down is just pause and wait until you're 100% for sure it's a fish. Once you're for sure it's a fish, then go ahead and lift into him and start reeling. The less we set the hook today, the better off we'll be. Get to that yellow line, I only want to have about 3 to 5 feet of that yellow line on the water. What that's going to do when that fish starts biting on it, that 3 to 5 feet is going to give him enough time to really get that hook before you feel it. Okay. Well, I want to see that fish thumping on the rod before we do anything. Okay. If we're setting the hook every time that bobber goes down, we're not going to hook very many. If we do hook them, we're going to lose them right away.
And we're not keeping our gear in the zone, right? By moving it out, by setting it all the time.
And that's, if we all have the same amount of slack, we're all going to float the same. Then we're going to be casting less, and we're going to spend more time in the water fishing.
Perfect.
On these beads, every time we reel in, we want to make sure we have about 3 to 4 fingers above our hooks on both the beads. Both the beads can slide down. And as the fish starts biting on it, just kind of going to guard that hook. So.
Okay.
That's kind of the purpose. There's no bait on it, so you can really whip it out there. Yeah, when it goes down, I want to pause. I want to wait until I'm 100% for sure it's a fish. Yeah, that's, you know, the bobber confuses everybody. We're pretty much drift fishing, but we have that bobber on there. That's, everybody sees that bobber. And, you know, 90% of the times when you're bobber fishing, the second it wiggles, you want to set the hook. But
so are we lifting the tip of our rod up, or are we just reeling?
Once it's a fish, you can go ahead and jerk into him a little bit, but mainly just, I call it more of a lift than a reel.
technical difficulties there.
I'm on.
We have the mic off for a bit.
Yeah.
So we hooked into a great fish here with Dylan. He's been super patient. And we get the chance here to fish on the Cowlitz with barbed hooks. These steelhead are hard fighting fish. You really gotta be patient with them, huh, Dylan?
Yeah, they like the bulldog a little bit. Especially a nice bright one like that.
Yeah, this is a chromer. All right. Yeah. We're looking for a fin, right? Because we can only retain hatchery fish.
Yep, exactly.
It's coming in the boat. Yeah. All right. Woo. Folks, you gotta take a look at this when we get this fish out of here. And Dylan's double bead setup. We were bobber dogging, meaning we've got a float, sled, and then something underneath, and we're kind of free drifting down. Should have good boat control. Dylan tries to keep us in the right spot as we go down the river. A little bit of skill involved, huh? A little bit. Welcome aboard. All right. We'll get pulled over and talk a little bit about this.
Hey everybody, it's Buoy 10, it's Lipstick Ladies Derby today. It's gonna be me, a couple vets on the boat, one other lady. Keep watching.
We're actually running a variety of lures. We're going to run pink spinfish today. We're going to run a mango habanero super bait. We're going to run a rotten banana super bait. I'll be running anchovies and spinners off the back.
Dale?
I'm Mike Amodeo with Amodeo Fishing Northwest, and all the profits from our guide business go towards taking active duty military and veterans fishing for free. So everybody fishing today is fishing for free. It's just our way of giving back.
So Therese, this is your third year out here, huh?
Yes, yes, for the lipstick salmon.
It's pretty cool derby they've got going on.
It's a lot of fun. It is, having all the female fishermen out there.
Can you tell me a little bit about what they've got going up there, the derby?
So for the derby, they pre-select a weight for the winning fish, and then everybody brings in their catch and weighs in, and then at the banquet tonight they announce the winners, and then there's a big fish winner. And no pressure, but Mike had the winning fish last year. So
actually what happened was, I think it was 3 years ago, we had a young lady on our boat who had never fished before, and she was not in the big fish contest. She did not. There was a $50 fee, and if you catch the biggest fish, you win the whole pot. And this young lady had never fished before, so she didn't think that she was going to catch the biggest fish. The lady that won the biggest fish contest turned in a 24-pound salmon. She was from Idaho, and she won $4,400. The lady on my boat caught one that was 35 pounds, 8 ounces. And so the moral of the story is, enter the big fish contest, because you never know what fish is going to bite your hook. Like that. And we'll set it down. And then is it still there, Dan? Probably a little jack.
Yeah, it's there. It's a little guy though.
No.
He's still there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna let him go. Let's see how big he is. Bring him over here. Oh, you know what?
Is that a coho?
Yeah. Let's measure that guy.
Yeah, I think it's a coho.
Oh.
What's the size limit on these coho?
16 inches on coho and 24 on salmon. But this is a native coho, so we'll be releasing it.
Okay.
Well, we're right out in front of Baker Bay right now. Running about 44 feet of water. We're going to fish between 25 and 35 feet deep. Try to get these fish when they're coming in on that incoming tide. It's probably a good time to be up at buoy 10, but there's a lot of fishing going on here. We're right at the right depth, and with the incoming current, we're practically hover fishing right here, and we're just waiting for the fish to come to us.
You got a cookie in your mouth.
Uh-huh. What? Come on, Cookie Monster. What else am I supposed to do?
Can you give me a C is for cookie?
Right on.
How you doing there, John? Just keep pressure on it. Keep pressure on it. Keep reeling. Are you gaining?
No.
Get that rod down. Pull and reel. Pull and reel. Remember, it's barbless hooks. You got to keep pressure on them. Get your rod out to the side. Out to the side. Yeah. Yeah. Reel to the weight. Reel to the weight. Keep going. Keep going. Now lift straight up. Lift straight up. Fish in. Fish in. Okay, give me 6 feet around. And then take your rod. Take your rod. All right.
Nice.
Back in the water sheet.
My name is Treese. I served in the Air Force from 1993 to 2017. I was a Master Sergeant in the Human Resource field.
My name's Mike Amodeo. I served in the United States Air Force from 1978 to 1986. I was a Staff Sergeant, and I was in the Fire Protection career field.
My name is John. I spent from 61 to 71 in the U.S. Army, mostly on aviation.
My name is Dan Isley. I served in from 85 to 88, then went back in for Desert Storm in the Army.
All right, guys, we're back at the dock with Mike from Amodeo Fishing Northwest. It's been an amazing trip. We caught fish, we just weren't able to keep them, but really our day today, it was so much fun. You have brought some veterans on the boat today and do some work with the Fallen Outdoors, and I'd like to hear a little bit about what you're doing there.
Well, I'm a pro staff member for the Fallen Outdoors with Team Washington. The proceeds from our guide business go towards my mission of taking veterans and active duty military fishing for free. The Fallen Outdoors is a veterans group. We're a nationwide group. We have pro staff members all over the country engaged in different activities. Anything to bring veterans together and give them a sense of community and camaraderie. Just bringing people together and let them know that there's somebody there for them.
Yeah, and that their sacrifice is not unnoticed.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, I've had a great day with you out here on the water.
Yeah.
It's been an honor and a privilege.
It was fun.
And being on the boat with these veterans on the boat I'm very grateful for my freedom and your sacrifice. And I'm Hillary Holman with Northwest Fishing. We'll see you on the water.
Hey, we ran out of water there, so we got over here on the bank a little bit, talk about this fish. It's a great fish, hatchery, steelhead. How big do you think it is?
Oh, that's about your average Cowlitz River steelhead. He's probably right around the 7.5, 8 pound mark.
Beautiful.
But your average over here this time of year.
Okay, you were telling me there's some bigger ones though.
Yeah, especially later in the season, like right now, start seeing more bigger fish.
Okay. And pretty bright.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
How long do you think it's been in the river?
It's so hard to say. Sometimes they show up and hang out for a long time, but he's probably been in the river for only a couple weeks, so.
Okay. And you said that this time of year for winter steelhead, they don't do the recycle program, but they sometimes do a summer run.
Yeah, once these fish hit the hatchery, it's the end of the road for them. So.
Awesome. Dylan, do you mind going through your tackle setup? Because I think it's kind of unique, that two bead system you've got.
Yeah, we can do that. Pretty standard bobber dogging setup for over here. My top bead is a 16 mil, and that's, I believe, is a B&R Sweet Pink Cherry. That's a very popular bead.
Okay.
And then my bottom bead is actually a Yakima bait Corky.
Okay.
And that Corky it's floating, so it kind of helps that top bead from getting snag up.
Sure.
And then I'm running 15-pound line down to 12-pound line. So if this hook hangs up, I'm only losing one hook instead of losing two hooks.
And can you show folks, you've tied this, your second leader and hook right onto the hook of the first.
It is tied just directly to the shank of the hook. There's your standard egg knot and then just a standard knot. And you'd think it'd come off. I've never lost a fish from it sliding off of there.
Crazy. And how often do you get a fish on the top bead?
That's day to day. Some days they're all on the little bead, some days they're on the top bead. Definitely later in the year, more pressure. I kind of catch more on that smaller bead, but early in the season I'll be running all the way up to a 25 mil bead out here.
Okay.
That also depending on water, how clear we are. The more water flow we got, the bigger beads we want.
Gotcha. And do you ever run bait?
I do a little bit. These beads are pretty productive, and it's hard to veer off of them.
Sure. What's going on?
Oh, I just hooked a pair of steelhead here.
Come up there.
I don't think as big as yours, but we'll still take them.
Oh, heck yeah.
Come on, grab that net when you're ready, Keith. You really gotta watch that double hook setup.
Dylan, you're driving the boat, fighting the fish.
Right?
There you go. Hey, Keith on the net. Keith, you knew that was a hatchery fish before you even started lifting the net.
That's the only reason why I went for it. It was not as easy as it looks.
When was the last time you got to land a fish?
I think this is only the second one I've reeled in 2 months on my own rod.
So is that bonker available in many local stores, or?
You know, Safeway normally carries them.
So I'm keeping this rod tip up, Dylan, is that right?
Yep, you just want to keep that rod up at a nice angle, keep nice steady pressure. If he wants to run, just let him run.
Okay. We got aerial on me. Oh, woo!
Don't shoot!
No! Come on!
Uh-oh, you're gonna have to fight this thing through the rapids. Oh! Pretty sad, Dylan. Pretty sad.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan, we're about out of time, but man, this is a dandy.
Yes, it is.
We picked it out this morning. Things kind of cooled off this afternoon, but we got a couple fish.
Yeah, a good bite there for a little bit, and it kind of petered off today, but
It's kind of towards the end of the season.
yeah, definitely getting later in the year, you know.
Still a great fishery, super accessible. One I got to fish with your dad. You're a second generation fishing guide.
Yep. Yeah, but I could show you pictures of me in my Scooby-Doo life jacket over reeling in steelhead.
Out here with Dan,
Yep.
doing the Cowlitz.
We're located about 45 minutes from Chehalis, and then Yakima is about a 2.5 hour drive over White Pass.
Okay, so 45 minutes to Chehalis, hour and a half to Tacoma, Portland, something like that.
Yep.
Sweet, so if somebody wants to go out here for the winter fishery or even the summer fishery that you return for, how do they do that?
The best way is either messaging me on my Facebook at D&H Sportfishing or giving me a phone call at 509-594-1754.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for a great day, Dylan.
Hey, thanks for coming. Hope you had a great time.
We'll probably see you again.
Oh, I'm sure.
For Northwest Fishing, I'm Rob Holman. We'll see you next time.
Bonk that. Yes.
How do we get a hold of you? Any comment?